welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. As you can see, we are in a new location again. I actually ended up getting kicked out of my other apartment, not because I did anything wrong. The landlord was moving back in, and so I had to find somewhere else to live. And it worked out for the best, as it always does. I have this belief now that whenever I am rejected or forced out of a situation, when friends leave me or anything like that, it's because I'm moving on to bigger and better things. And that's exactly what happened in this case. My old apartment had a decent view, but not the view that I wanted. This apartment has more of the view that I want. And all I have cared about since high school is having panoramic ocean views and like having a penthouse basically. So that's the big dream, and it's really cool because we have been making small progress towards that big dream over the past few years, and it's just fun to watch it unfold. And I tell you, if you believe you can get your big dreams, you're gonna get them. Like, it might not happen straight away, but things will arrange so that you end up moving closer and closer towards them, so long as you believe. Wait, that's not the purpose of this video, although I do want to start talking a bit more about that, especially energetics and mindset stuff and how it applies to body transformation as well. Something else though that has been really fun in this place so far is I am literally building it from scratch, because my other place was furnished. This place is not furnished. I have my bed. Like, the first thing I bought was a mattress. So we have a mattress, we have this chair, but that is all. And it's actually been really fun to gradually get some things. So I've got a table and chairs coming next week. In the meantime, we have been having like little picnics on the floor. Now I have this chair. This like literally came yesterday. It got me thinking about how fun it actually is to be at square one again and to have nothing and build from scratch. And I know a lot of people get put off by that because it's not fun to have nothing, but you make it fun, right? And it's the same with your body transformation. If you are at square one, if you are not happy with your body, if you have all the progress in the world to make, what you have to understand is that's actually a really cool place to be, because it's so much easier to make progress when you're there than what it is to be intermediate to advance. Progress is so much slower then. It's also a lot harder because you don't get to go through processes like body recomposition, which is my favorite process for most people to start with, especially if you're skinny fat, because you get to eat at maintenance, which is the easiest place to be. All you really have to focus on is getting stronger in your lifts at gym and weight training properly. Then enjoy your life on the side. Trust the process, have fun with the process, and the results that come are going to be so good. If you are trying to take shortcuts, or if you are worrying about the wrong things like your weight or eating carbs because you're scared of them, all of that stuff, then the results are not going to be as good. You really need to work on your mindset around that stuff first. So anyway, the purpose of this video is basically just to give an update, and I also wanted to share some tips if you are a beginner, if you're skinny fat, and you want to change your body. The first tip is to make sure you get your macros right. Now, I saw a post today by someone talking about fat loss in general, and they were saying how macros don't really matter. And I really disagree with this for the skinny fat case, because your protein obviously is going to be super important for muscle growth and also just your health. So you need to make sure you're eating enough protein. And then your carbs are also going to be super, super important to make sure you have enough energy for your training to push hard enough, because that is going to drive your fat loss and your results. You need to start at maintenance calories and actually eat at maintenance, right? Don't try and eat a bit less to be smart and like focus more on fat loss. Just eat at maintenance for a while. You'll be fine. You'll get better results than you think if you do this. Then you want to make sure you are eating 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein to start with. You can adjust that as you go. And then with carbs, you need to first calculate your fat intake and then work out your carbs from there. If you want more clarification on that, I think I've got videos somewhere, or otherwise it's all explained in my guide, and that's in the description box. It's free, so just download it and follow it. Now, the second thing you need to focus on is getting super strong in the gym. That is all you need to care about. And in order to do this, you need to be eating the right amount of carbs and protein. And then you need to make sure you are following a program. I know I say that all the time, but it really is key. You're not going to get the progress that you think from following YouTube workouts or following random workouts on Instagram that you see that other people are doing. Even if they have the body that you want, you're not going to get that body doing their workouts, because you need to make sure you are following a program that is based on your body, where you're at right now. And it helps if it's customized to your skill level as well. I get asked all the time, where do I find a good program then? I don't know, because I've always had a coach writing my programs. That is how I've learned so much about program design. I've done courses on program design as well. So I've never needed to try someone else's program, because I've either wrote my own programs or had someone write them for me. And I'll probably continue to do this, like have someone else write them for me for a long time, because I learn a lot. And it's just a lot more motivating for me if I have someone else tell me what to do than to tell myself what to do. So I can only recommend what I've tried, and I haven't tried anyone else's. So I know that is not helpful and what you want to hear. I have a video somewhere actually on this channel about what to look for in a program. But the main things you want to look for is to make sure it is actually a weight training program, not a HIIT style weight training program. That means you need to make sure there's lots of long rest periods, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. They are all decent rest periods. Anything less than 1 minute, like most of the main moves that you're doing, should have rest periods between 90 seconds to 5 minutes. And you don't want it to be a massive circuit. You want to make sure you have maximum, I would say, 3 exercises joined together. In most cases, 2 exercises joined together is fine, but you don't want like 5 or 6 exercises all grouped together as a circuit. That's HIIT style weight training, not actual weight training. Make sure also that you are following some kind of tempo that should be noted in the program in some way, whether that's the traditional number format or just in the notes. Yeah, they're the main tips, I guess, for finding a good program. Actually, one more thing with a program, you want to make sure it's periodized, because that is actually going to help you keep getting stronger. If you just follow the same program over and over again, you are going to plateau. Now, the last tip I have for today, so we covered macros, we covered training. The last thing is your mindset. This is so important if you want to get anywhere in life with your goals, right? You have to make sure you don't give up on yourself. You keep trusting the process, you keep believing in yourself, and you just stay consistent, right, throughout the wave, because there are going to be hard periods where you feel like giving up, you feel like maybe it isn't for you. You have to keep going anyway, and trust that so long as you do, good things are coming. And they do, as long as you keep pushing and going through the ups and the downs. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I have considered quitting in my business. Like, there were so many days spent in tears on the floor. For some reason, I never had that with my body transformation journey. I think because I've always had like a one-to-one coach to help support me through those moments. But with my business, I haven't always had a one-to-one coach to help me through that. Like, I've been in masterminds and mentorships and like other things, but it was less supportive, I guess, and it's just been the hardest thing I've ever done, to be honest. Yeah, just understand that is normal. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to be a super motivated person to get anywhere. You just have to be disciplined, and you have to force yourself to stay consistent no matter what your emotions are telling you. And if you want something enough, you will. And do whatever you need to do to help you with this, right? Like, whether that is getting a coach for yourself to support you through that, or whether it is writing yourself little affirmations and sticking it all over your house. I remember that really helped me with my business, right? I had this quote on my fridge from Shoe Dog, and it was along the lines of, whatever comes, just don't stop. That was the last bit, right? And every time I opened the fridge, which was multiple times a day, I would see that, and I was constantly reminded, whatever comes, just don't stop. Or simply following people that you feel inspired by online, and every time you're having a down day, like, see what they're up to, get inspiration from them. Feel your emotions, that is fine, but just don't let them take over your life, and don't let them stop you from getting where you want to be. Don't let them stop you from being consistent, because at the end of the day, that's all this game is, right? Like, you have to stay consistent. The more consistent you can be, the better results you're going to get. Another option as well is to get someone to keep you accountable, whether that's a coach again, whether that's a friend, whether that's a family member. The one thing with friends and family though, I was talking about this on my Instagram yesterday, friends and family often don't understand your desires fully, and they are often going to give you advice coming from a place of fear or their own limiting beliefs. So it's not actually going to be helpful advice. You do need to be careful in terms of what you share with friends and family, or looking for them for support, because they often, not always obviously, but they often are not going to be able to give you that support that you're actually looking for. More than likely, they're not going to give you the advice that is actually helpful for you getting to where you want to be in terms of your big desires. The reason I have got where I am now in terms of like my life and my body and my business, everything, is because I've outsourced a lot of support, because I didn't get the right support. Not that my family loves me to bits, but that's the problem, right? They act out of fear. And so yeah, it's like I had to get that support from someone else that actually gets it, because they don't. And a lot of my friends as well, most of my friends honestly at the time didn't understand my desires and were not helpful, were not supportive. So if you're in that spot, don't worry. Like, there are a lot of people out there who do understand you. It's just a matter of finding them. Don't let those people around you that don't get it, don't let them influence you. Don't let them stop you from going for what you want. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you liked it, please like it. If you would like to see more, hit subscribe. And if that is the case, I will see you in the next video.